We are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on Keeping It Real with Credit live session. It's been a while since we've done that. Hold on, let me adjust the camera here for a bit. And we're live and direct from Keeping It Real with Credit Studios down here in Miami, Florida. So I want to take the opportunity to go ahead and make this video to kind of make up for the last video that had some audio issues or whatnot. And I'm going to go ahead and fix that. I promise you, I'm on it, because the information on that video is something that I feel that everybody should know, right? Everybody should know and should be very aware of. Now, I wanted to start off with the last video. I kind of wanted to go ahead and start off by saying that there's been a few changes, right? Obviously, the title is called Keeping It Real with Credit 2.0. And so I want to go ahead and set the story straight for everybody. And everything else. So if you didn't get to hear it on the last video, where you're going to go ahead and hear it now. All right. So it's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of work in progress, a lot of legal stuff, a lot of administrative stuff or whatnot. But as of right now, Team Keeping It Real with Credit has its own very credit restoration services. We are prepared right now to take on all of your credit needs. So let's set the story straight. Keeping It Real with Credit and the previous company, BWS, are no longer working together, and we haven't been for quite some time. So we are no longer affiliated at all whatsoever. And so I'm only saying this because I do get a lot of emails and responses to people that have signed up with them, asking me questions, and I really can't help you because we're not no longer working with them. And so I just wanted to go ahead and set the story straight that if the only way you want me to help you out with your credit, the only way you want to go ahead and speak with me and have my phone number is by clicking the link in the description below, schedule an appointment, and I'll be more than happy to take on your case. We have a huge team now, more bigger and better than ever, to be able to go ahead and take on all of your credit restoration needs. In the meantime, we've been helping a lot of clients for many months now, and we've been getting some great results for everybody. So I just wanted to go ahead and let the story straight. A lot of people under the impression, and they're signing up with BWS, I guess from what they're telling me, that they think I'm there and I'm not. So again, Keeping It Real with Credit team, Keeping It Real with Credit has its very own operations of credit restoration services, and we're more than happy to go ahead and take you on as a client. And again, I would encourage you to schedule your free credit evaluation with the link in the description below. Schedule an appointment with me, and you will have my number, and I will speak to you directly. All right. And so, and if you like what you hear, again, I'll be over here personally taking on your case on a month-to-month basis here for you guys and get you to results quick and easy. All right, guys. So moving on, obviously, as you can see here in this undisclosed location, a little bit here. So this is Keeping It Real with Credit Studios that will soon be coming here soon. I'll be able to show you exactly what we have, what's going to happen, and what this evolution of Keeping It Real with Credit is going to entail. Other than that, guys, I want to go ahead and kind of explain to you guys some of the information that I was mentioning in the previous video, right? And that's when it comes to the validation, right? The validation process and what happens when you get something back from the credit bureaus when it comes back verified, right? And so one thing to keep in mind is that you have to have a clear understanding as to how the credit bureaus really receive this type of information. Right. And taking it one step further, let's say you've watched one of my videos and you're going to go ahead and really analyze. You get your first copy of your credit report. You look through it. And after watching my videos, you know what to look for. You generate this letter, send it by certified mail, read receipt. And then you wait your 30 days anxiously and you get back results that say verified. Well, what do? A lot of people do give up upon that. Right. And I've mentioned this in other videos in the past. Well, you send what's called a method of verification, right? And in a sense, you're pretty much asking, well, how did you verify that? How did you verify that information? Who did you verify it with? And I want the copies of all those documents that you used to verify it. And I also want additional documentation as to the points of contact that you used to verify that information. And most of the time, I would say around 50 to 70% of the time, within that 15-day time frame, they have to respond to after we give them that letter. They might not want, they're not going to be able to validate it. Why? Because there's also an additional information or additional step that you guys have to be aware of is the way that the credit bureaus really receive this type of information. So when you send off dispute letters to the credit bureaus, it's not always a human being that goes ahead and checks that type of information. It actually scans through what's called an e-Oscar system. And this e-Oscar system, I guess you could say in simple words, is a huge scanner that's programmed with a bunch of keywords where it kind of predicts or assumes what it is you're asking for by scanning your dispute letters. And off that, it kind of kicks off a 2-digit code, which then gets sent off to the furnishers, and either the collection agencies, the banks, or whatnot go ahead and retrieve this type of information and goes ahead and sends the validation. And sometimes what the credit bureaus assume or predict that what a validation is as long as the name, the date of birth, or social security address, social security matches, that's enough. And that's simply not the case, right? That's definitely not the case. And actually the FTC actually spoke on that. And so when we send this method of verification, what we're really asking for is all that documentation that I went ahead and mentioned before. So it's something definitely to keep in mind of if you are in the process of disputing your own credit, or if you are with a credit restoration company. These are things that you should know to make sure that they're doing the right thing on their end, and you can kind of go and understand, right, the full process of what they're doing for you on your behalf. And so let me see here. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on developing re-editing that last video that had some audio issues. So I apologize for that, guys. And again, to set the story straight, Keeping It Real with Credit has its own credit restoration process or program, right? That we'll be able to help you out. We're helping hundreds already, and looking forward to helping some more. So other than that, guys, I'll be more than happy to go ahead and take on your questions here as I see it. So let me see. Let me see here. So I'm gonna give me some time here as I kind of go back to some of the questions here and answering that. Let me see here. So for the most part, I guess some of you guys are asking if we're cool. Yeah, we're pretty much cool. Nothing, no harm, no foul. I have nothing bad to say at all whatsoever. Keeping It Real with Credit wanted to go ahead and take another chapter in its endeavors. And this time I got the opportunity to go ahead and not only just make educational videos, but now make educational videos and actually take care of them on the other hand, where I personally go ahead and walk everybody through the process of credit restoration with my team to go ahead and aggressively dispute items, delete them for you, and obviously reach your credit goals. All right. And so that's definitely what the update is. Let me see here. Monthly pricing has always been, and you're going to hear this with, all type of credit restoration companies. The only way to determine pricing is based on the amount of negative items you have, right? And that's obviously uncovered through the evaluation process. So as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and let you guys know what the evaluation process entails, right? So when you click the link in the description below and you go ahead and schedule your appointment with us, basically what's going to happen is obviously you're going to get an email. I'm going to go ahead and send you a text message from me as soon as I get them. So I respond to every single one of them, and an email, and you're going to get a link to sign up obviously to credit monitoring, right? Credit monitoring is something that is required not only to be in our program, but also it's required to go ahead and conduct the evaluation, right? Because that's going to give us access to 3 scores and 3 reports that's going to let us know exactly what it is what we can do for you. And look at this as like when you go ahead and visit the doctors, right? When you go to the doctors, you want to go ahead and tell them what's wrong with you. But at the end of the day, the doctor's still going to have to take x-rays or CT scans and such, right? And through that process, he's going to be able to identify, diagnose, and then treat, right? Draw up a little treatment plan to go ahead and make sure he takes care of you correctly. So that's why the credit monitoring is kind of like that x-ray, right? Or CT scan is going to allow us to see exactly what you got going on with your credit, to let you know what's possible or not possible at all, and then conduct a plan of attack right around how we're going to go ahead and dispute that information, challenge that information to get you over to your credit goals. So basically the evaluation process, when it's conducted, it goes over all of your negative accounts, right? Lets you know what's possible, what's not possible. We're gonna be able to let you know time frame, give or take, and also we're gonna be able to know how much is it gonna cost you, right? There's a cost to this service, and so sometimes we're able to take on people right away. It says, what about giving our login account? How safe is that? And so giving your login information on the account through our process, you can either give it to us or one of our representatives, or you could go ahead and we'll give you a login to your portal where you get to plug it in yourself. And that's going to be able, our system is able to go ahead and pick up on an analysis, right? And so we never actually log in. We never, ever actually log in to your actual identity IQ in this case, or privacy guard, or one of the credit monitoring systems we recommend. We never log in there. We just basically plug it into our very own system or a portal, which has a 256-bit encryption. So it's the security level through that is great. And it'll generate an analysis based on the information that's on your credit report. And it's something that you get to take home after the evaluation. And in there, it kind of highlights all the negative factors, a plan of attack, and a bunch of information on credit that is definitely helpful and that you should know, right? And including with our contact information in case you want to reach out back to us when it comes to that. Let me see here. What's the difference between your company and BWS? Well, I think I speak for all credit restoration companies. For the most part, there's not something really different that BWS or any other credit restoration company does. At the end of the day, we all kind of have to follow the same rules and regulations. The dispute process is the same, right, to an extent, right? Sending letters to the credit bureaus or sending letters to the banks or collection agencies or whatnot. Everything else is pretty much the same. Strategies is always different. The good companies out there are changing up their strategies on an everyday basis. They're keeping in touch with the rules and regulations, right, and the laws, making sure anything hasn't changed or not. There's a lot of differences, right? And so every company is different, but at the end of the day, there's really no difference in the sense of I guess when it comes to the companies, right, the process is still the same. So it really is up to you on contacting us or any other company, if you will, to go ahead and get the information and feel that you trust them enough that they'll be able to get the job done. For the most part, I can say this, right? I've worked very hard to go ahead and get the following I've had on YouTube, right? And so definitely I have too much of a following to be doing anybody wrong. My reputation precedes me. And so that right there, I try to protect as much as possible when it comes to helping people out, right? And so definitely could say that you guys can trust me. We keep everything transparent. We never ask you to text or email any personal documents. Everything is uploaded securely through the portal. Like I mentioned, it has a 256-bit encryption. We never ask you for your full social or a copy of your social, right? And so we feel that way everybody feels a little bit more comfortable with letting us work on their file when it comes to that, right? And everything we send is by certified mail, read receipt, right? And so this way we provide tracking numbers if you need them. To be able to verify whether something got sent out and delivered with a signed signature at the end. And if necessary, we'll go ahead and show you what we're doing, right? Because we like just to keep everything as transparent as possible. And that's been working for us very well. Let me see here. Troy McCord. Hey, Troy, thank you for that question. You asked, what if I want to discharge a bankruptcy off of my credit report? It's been 9 years already. Well, typically bankruptcies, depending on which one you filed, it can either be between 7 to 10 years, right? But at the end of the day, we have to uncover what information is actually on there. And so that's obviously throughout the dispute process. So Troy, feel free to go ahead and click on the description below to schedule your evaluation. I'd love to take a look at that and give you some more accurate details, right, as to what's possible. Could I schedule an appointment to get tips on disputing? I started my own credit repair company in Pennsylvania. Angie, go ahead and schedule your appointment. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and give you some tips and tricks. And again, you know, we're all in this together, and so we can always learn from each other, right? Troy, you're very welcome. Let me see here. HV8019, so you went solo. I did not go solo. So I may look solo right here, but I have a huge team behind me. I have a huge team of attorneys and investors that kind of, I guess, approached me in this endeavor. And I thought it was a great opportunity to kind of really take keeping it real with credit over to the next level, and now provide a more personal touch as opposed to making videos introducing you to individuals or companies, or recommending my followers to companies or whatnot, right? And so I felt that this way I have a little bit better control as to when my followers that need help are getting serviced and treated in the fast, efficient way possible. This gives me a lot more oversight as to what's actually going on. So definitely not by myself here. I have a team of processors. I have a team of salespeople, and I have a great team backing me up of investors and also attorneys as well. All right. Luis Perez asked, 2 years ago, I had a credit score of a 504. Did everything you said to do on the videos. Just want to say I closed on my house 3 months ago with a credit score of 725. Thank you for what you do. That's awesome, Luis, man. That's great to hear. I can't imagine the feeling. That's a great accomplishment, and I'm very happy that I've always been in it to go ahead and help everybody out when it comes to credit, because this is information that there's a lack thereof. I'm learning every day myself with the information. I do keep up with the credit news that's out there with the industry as best as possible. Now for these past few months, I kind of been at it, you know, when it comes to setting up this new endeavor or whatnot. But other than that, I'm definitely happy, Luis, that I was able to help you out there. All right, Rigo Vasquez. No one has reached out to me. Was I supposed to call? Rigo Vasquez, did you click on the link? I'm on the program. What do you mean by that, Rigo? Did you click on the link in the description? Did you schedule an appointment with me? If you did, I'm pretty sure we would have contacted you right away. If not, please explain to me what you mean on whether you're on the program. Let me know. And if anything, click the link in the description below, and we'll go from there. All right. You see here, making sure that I've answered everybody's questions on here. You have a login. Rigo, did you pay? Did you make a payment already? We'll go ahead and make sure that we go from on there. Let's see. What are the thoughts on bankruptcy? Fernando, thoughts on bankruptcy? Bankruptcy is definitely something that can be very useful and beneficial to people. It really depends on your financial situation, right? Or the reason of. Also, you want to make sure that, you know, it depends really on how old accounts really are in the first place. If they're that old, maybe it may not make sense to do a bankruptcy, but maybe it might make sense to go through the credit restoration process. But I must say that the credit restoration process only focuses right on the information that's currently reporting. It really doesn't take care of the debts in the back end. I have my own personal opinions on that when it comes to that. Regardless, you know, Fernando, it really depends on your situation, right? So Fernando, really can't really say much without the full information in front of me. So I would encourage you to click on the first link in the description below to go ahead and answer any of all your questions regarding your decision, right? I'll be more than happy to explain to you what the best plan of attack is when it comes to credit restoration. And I would advise that you contact a bankruptcy, right, to give you his expertise on what you should do, and then you know you can make your decision then. Let me see here. Okay, cool. All right. Let me see here. So there you go, guys. I'm seeing that some of you guys already already scheduling your appointments here as we speak. Thank you very much for that. My team will be in touch with you as soon as possible or at the scheduled time and date that we have on there. And so let me see here. You see, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So I guess I'll go ahead and cut it short here. Once again, guys, I want to go ahead and apologize for that technical difficulty we was having there. When it comes to that last video, I'm definitely on it. I'm going to re-upload on there. But I figured I'd just do this quick little live session to kind of give you an update, especially as I was saying in the video. Remember, guys, Team Keeping It Real with Credit has its own operation, and the only way to go ahead and speak with me, the only way to go ahead and make sure that I'm the one going ahead taking care of your credit needs, make sure to click in the description below. I'll go ahead and text you as soon as you got the appointment, so you'll have my number. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for the love and support. For all those guys that have been following me from day one, really thank you very much. I mean, it's definitely been a journey. It's definitely been a learning process, but I'm really happy to where I'm at now, where I get to continue not only to educate people, but help them out throughout the whole step of the way in the process. So thank you very much for that, guys. Again, make sure to click in the link in the description below. Schedule your free credit evaluation here with us, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys here now and in the future. So stay tuned, guys. More videos coming in soon. I'll definitely give you a studio tour really soon here once everything is set and finalized with the studio. So I'd love to give you an update and show you guys what's up with that. So once again, guys, thank you so much for the love and support. And make sure you guys keep it real, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.